to lead a meeting in English? Have you ever wondered which sort of language to use when hosting online meetings? Or maybe you feel nervous because you have to speak in front of your colleagues? Well, stay tuned because today I'll be sharing a couple of strategies to lead a meeting confidently in English. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back. I'm Francisca from English to Thrive, English Confidence Mentor. And if you're excited to watch this video, do not forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel because I release videos every Friday all about English confidence for tech-savvy professionals. Now you're here because you probably work at a multinational or international company, and many times you have to be or host online meetings where you are in charge of negotiations, or you have to speak with people from several countries, and sometimes it can be nerve-wracking to just have the attention of everyone, especially when you're speaking in a language which is not your native language. Now I understand because when I did an internship with a London company, we had to present updates and different reports of every department, whether it's sales, marketing, and we had to speak in front of old colleagues, and it can feel very intimidating when the attention is on you. So here's the first strategy. Now, first tip is you have to be familiarized with the organization tools that are used on online meetings by different companies. Many companies like to use Asana, they like to use Trello. I personally love Trello because it is very easy, it is free to use, and you can actually classify activities by different processes. So for example, if an activity is not done yet, you put it in another column. If it's already done, you put it in another column. Or if there are people that are assigned to a task, you can tag them, and so on and so on. The important thing is that you're not lost because you're going to be in the online meeting, and if you don't know how to use a tool, if you don't know how to read the different activities, you will lose confidence and you're going to be nervous at the meeting. So that's the first tip. You have to know which tool is going to be used so you can be updated with the rest of your colleagues' activities. Now, the second strategy is why not using a visual aid? See, when you make a presentation, it's common that nerves come in and you may forget about key points of what you're presenting. So when you make a presentation that can be done in PowerPoint or Keynote, whatever tool you're comfortable with, make it precise, make it concise. You may put some graphics, or if you're, for example, on the sales team, you're presenting some numbers. Now, this visual aid, this presentation is intended to help you present your key points better. It's not intended for you to read, because when we read, we sometimes speak fast, we speak robotically, and that doesn't help everyone in the group to understand you, right? And so make sure that they support your ideas and helps everyone have a visual representation on what's been going on during the week. Now, third tip is be concise. This is so important, especially in English. So if you present an idea, try to make it short and to the point, because also there are sometimes time limits. So your leader may put like 10 minutes of time limit and you don't want to surpass that time, and also you don't want to make your presentation unproductive and distracting. You want it to be informative and you want it to be concise. I speak more about concision in this video right here, where I show you how to write professional emails fast, but this is so important for you to keep in mind. So what can help you keep the meeting concise is prompts like, by the end of this meeting we will have presented such topic, or the purpose of this meeting is to, or we have a few items we will be discussing today. And so that will keep your key points structured and to the point, which is very, very important. So this tip is kind of like an obvious one, but show up on time, especially in online meetings. Sometimes we have trouble entering the room on Zoom meetings, so make sure that you take precaution and you are ready. You're maybe 10 or 15 minutes ahead so that you are on time for your presentation or your time to lead the meeting. Now imagine if you're first and everyone's waiting for you and you're late. That will make you seem unprofessional and it will increase your nerves. So be on time. I remember when I had meetings, it was, you know, the time difference, it was Ecuador, London time. The meetings sometimes were at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's been a little bit of a sacrifice, but they appreciate that more because that makes you seem super responsible. Now, the following tip is related to grammar. Yes, I know that you don't like grammar very much, but this is important. Use connectors. Now, connectors are things such as first of all, second of all, furthermore, to summarize, in conclusion. They're very important to provide structure, and they're more used not in an oral way but in a written form. But in case of professional and informal meetings, they are very important. Now you can say, first of all, I'll start explaining the sales target of this month, or to summarize, I know we've all been working hard, but we have to make the following changes. Now, connectors not only provide structure on meetings, but they also guide your interlocutor to listen more intently and to be attentive of what you're saying. Now, the sixth tip, and this is very important, is to have some relaxation techniques, some coping relaxation techniques, because not everyone will be as loose, before an online meeting, especially if it's your first day or if it's your first ever time hosting a meeting. So I really suggest that you have techniques such as breathing, meditation, listening to songs that get you into the mood, that make you feel confident. This is very important because you may know your stuff, you may logically have everything put out, but when it's something as anxious driven as a presentation, you may not feel completely ready, and nerves can betray you. They can, make you forget things. So if possible, have coping relaxation techniques. For example, it can be that you have an inner dialogue where before you're gonna host the meeting, you say, everything's gonna be okay, you're amazing, you're brilliant, your presentation is incredible. Have that positive self-talk, and I talk more about that in this video right here. You can check it out to see how you can build inner confidence while you speak English. But it is very important that you not only take care of the logical stuff like the presentation or the topics, but also you take care of the mindset so that you are ready and you feel confident to speak. Also, there may be things that you don't foresee. For example, people may ask you questions and it can make you feel unready to answer them. But if you know how to breathe, how to make yourself feel calmed, then you can fix those sort of situations, or you can improvise on the spot. That is very important, and that is not built logically. That is built from a leadership within. Now, the seventh thing is practice idioms and everyday language in English. You may hear idioms like it's not rocket science or the blessing in disguise, it takes two to tango, and if you don't know them, you're gonna be a little bit lost and you may be embarrassed by it. So I suggest that you practice with phrases such as building a business is not rocket science, or it takes two to tango for a project to fail, for example. So I have an everyday imitation audio that is super useful with phrases you can practice right now to sound like a native English speaker. I'll leave it below. You can download it and you can comment if it was useful for your meeting. Now, it's very common for native English speakers to use these idioms, and so you want to be prepared so that you can understand them and so that you can say them as well, because they will make you stand out. Now, another tip is make sure that you vocalize, okay? That you make some vocalization exercises. As a singer myself, I know that it's very important for you to take care of your throat, of your voice, so have some water by your side, and also speak out loud. Now, especially because most meetings are not in person, they're online, it is more difficult to understand someone if they don't vocalize correctly, because there may be sound interference, or there can be disturbances, and so you want to make sure that you open your mouth correctly, that you vocalize, and speaking it louder will also give you more confidence. Imagine if a person speaks, okay, today we're gonna stop. That's not gonna make her seem confident, right? And so remember to vocalize, speak out loud, have some water beside you. Now, the ninth tip has to do with pronunciation, and that is make pronunciation exercises to minimize accent. Now, as I always tell my students, it is not necessary for you to have the perfect accent. As non-native English speakers, we're never going to have the perfect accent, but it is important that you take care of certain words that if you mispronounce them, they can cause communication barriers, they can cause communication interference, and that is a problem. See, the other day I was speaking with a student of mine, and he was saying how he was mispronouncing the word management. So he was telling me how all throughout the meeting he mispronounced the word, and then they ended up, the recruiters ended up saying, this word wasn't like that. So imagine like the lack of trust that would cause them if you don't pronounce words correctly. Words like recruitment, marketing, forecast, those type of words. And I made a video of pronunciation that will be super useful for you. We use the fantastic pronunciation system. You can check it out right here. Let me know how it goes. But yeah, what you can do is repeat the word out loud, and remember that since English, it is not pronounced as it is written, you have to study the phonetics. So in the case of management is management, right? And the ment is like between the E and the A, ment, management. And what's very important is that you know that the AGE will be ish, like management, engagement, okay? So the more that you repeat the correct pronunciation of words out loud, that is gonna minimize your accent. Okay, number 10. So when you lead a meeting in English, it's not only about talking. There's a lot of nonverbal communication that it has to be present. And it's very important that you listen carefully to what others are saying. So you may be in a presentation and there are questions, and so remember to listen intently and to show that you care. And I have a lot of experience with sales calls with new prospects or clients of mine. I remember that I struggled a lot with not talking at first, and then I realized that my closing rate was a lot better when I started listening. So make sure that your posture is confident, that your mouth is closed as well when it has to be closed. So as a leader of the meeting, it's also your responsibility to guide them, to be open to hear other ideas, and to practice active listening skills so that they can feel heard and a positive workplace environment can be created, even if it's online. Before I reveal the last 5 strategies to lead a meeting confidently in English, comment below with what has been your favorite strategy so far. Are you going to put it into practice? Do you have a meeting that you're going to lead sometime? Let me know. Tactic number 11 is prepare yourself not only tactically but emotionally. We're already talked about having some sort of like relaxation techniques while you're in the meeting. Now, this preparation is very important for you to do because it will get you in the zone and it will get you prepared. So you can watch YouTube videos about hosting meetings, you can listen to leadership stuff, you can listen to audios that will make you feel confident before you lead the meeting. You can also read positive books about presentations, about soft skills and people skills. All of that will reprogram your brain to make you feel like a leader, and you will be leading confident meetings in no time if you prepare yourself psychologically, not only tactically. Now, tactic number 12, you want to make sure that you see people are going to be on the meeting as friends and not people that intimidate you or not authorities. So a few days before or a week before, you can send them an email to the people that are going to be present in the meeting, and you can tell them, I'm excited because this week I'm leading the meeting, so it will be great if you could give me some tips, if you can share some expertise on that, or you can send them some message warm them up, and make sure that you know every person and that you have a good relationship with them, that you have a good relationship with your leader, so that the meeting can seem less scary, you know. So do a little research about the people that are going to be in the meeting, so you're more warmed up and it doesn't take you by surprise and you feel completely alone, like you don't know anyone. So the third tip is minimize technical disruptions. So we all know in online meetings we can have accidents like, okay, you're on mute, or oh, I cannot share this, or I don't have space to share this. So make sure that everything is in order with Zoom or Google Microsoft or whatever platform you're using to minimize nerves as well. So be technically prepared as well. Now, tip 14, do not forget about introductions. Yes, I know this is kind of basic, but it is important to know that when we're gonna host a meeting, sometimes we get directly straight to the point and we forget to name who we are. There may be people that are, you know, that they're new, they're coming to the meeting for the first time. So the best way is to say, hi, I'm Francisca, I'm the founder of the English Confidence Method, and then say, your position, what you do, what you're excited about in the culture of this company. Also, a few prompts that you can use as introduction are, I'm looking forward to starting this meeting. Here are a few key points we're going to discuss. Number 15, and this is the final one, is give a clear conclusion. Again, structure is very important in meetings, especially if you've talked about a lot of things, you have named a lot of key points. It is very polite and it's also clarifying to the rest of people if you end up with, to conclude, to summarize, as a conclusion, since the purpose of the meeting was this, then my solution to this is this, okay? It's very important to close off your participation and also to thank everyone for their engagement, for their attention. And so you can use the following prompt as well. I'd like to close off this meeting by, and then a phrase. You can also say, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this meeting. Your engagement has been massively important this week. Or, conclusively, if there are no further points to discuss, then, and then you end up with what you've been talking about. So those were 15 strategies that you can use today to lead your next meeting in English, and I hope that you're excited to implement this, and then you comment below, let me know how everything is going professionally, and I invite you to check out the link below so that you can apply for the English Confidence Method, my signature program in which tech-savvy ambitious professionals go from limited, frustrated to absolutely confident and fluent so that they can capitalize on opportunities in English speaking scenarios. You can have a chat with me and we can find out if you're all ready to grow in English. Not forget to give this video a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And I have a whole playlist to grow professionally in English, so you can check out this playlist next. And see you on the next video. Bye bye.